the Executive Director, Global Initiative for Food Security and Ecosystem Preservation, Dr. Michael David, joins us from our Abuja studios. Thank you. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Now let's begin with the innovations. What innovative land restoration practices can be adopted to reverse soil degradation and improve agricultural productivity?
So it is very important to first mention that the north central part of Nigeria is actually the food basket of the country. Many times some people refer to the north central as the middle belt. That is the belt that is holding both the southern part and the utmost part of the north together. And it is not just holding it together, it's also providing, that unique peace, providing that habitation that everyone seems to be moving into the north central at the moment as a result of several issues. Now, it is very important to look at land degradation, especially around the north central, as it concerns food security and livelihood of the people. It is fair to say that nearly 70% of the people within the north central region, are farmers or indirectly involved in agriculture. Now, to continuously provide food on the table of Nigerians and also provide that unique employment opportunities that people need within this region, it is important to preserve and protect the land. And first, I will say that the major innovation is for people to even be aware that our soil fertility is declining. I know that a lot of farmers now largely rely on chemical fertilizers to improve their soil fertility, which is a pointer to the fact that there is severe, soil infertility within the region. The land use practices by farmers, by people within the region has not helped matters. I think that the North Central has the highest rate of deforestation within the country. You can nearly mention one or two forests within the North Central. Maybe you talk about forests in Kainji Dam and all. But I think that one of the very first innovative thing we need to do within the North Central is land use planning. We need to plan how the land and the soils in the North Central should be and should be used, such that every state should come up with a plan so that people know exactly where to live, areas for habitation. People should know where it's designated as farmlands, where it's designated as grazing reserve, as the case may be, so that we preserve those arable land. If you look at the entire size of the North Central in terms of land mass, we are looking at about 242,000 square kilometers. That amounts for about 26% of the entire land mass in Nigeria when you're looking at 930,000 square kilometers. So it's important to preserve this if we must preserve the food security that we are talking about in this country.
Okay.
And take necessary steps to protect the land. Yes.
All right, Dr. David, then, how can governments and local communities collaborate, therefore, to develop sustainable flood management systems? Because that's such a major problem nowadays with the flooding. How can you develop, working hand in hand, the federal government or the government and local communities work for sustainable systems that protect lives and property?
Oh yes, this is crucial. I mean, today, Ibaji local government in Kogi State, which is a local government under the North Central, was near 90% nearly flooded, and many other communities within the North Central and state get flooded. Benue State witnessed, Makurdi witnessed flooding, last week. and many other communities. So flood protection is about the people. And so it is right to say that awareness creation may sound very simple, but it is a major step in protecting communities from the disaster and flood-related issues as is being witnessed within the North Central.
Okay, let me jump in here, Doctor. Sorry, hold on a second. Let me jump in here. So we understand the NAMET warnings for people to evacuate their homes, seek higher ground. That protects the people. What protects the farmland? What steps can be taken to protect these farmlands?
So it is the same thing, people having that knowledge of where to farm and when to farm. Now, there are some areas that are floodplains that people should not just farm on. I mean, the best form of preventing disaster is avoidance. So if you know that this area is a floodplain and you intentionally go farm in those areas, then you should count your losses, because floods will come, as it has been, starting from 2012, fast forward to 2022, and last year, and even this year. And even next year, there will be flooding. So that is why I say awareness is number one, and providing the necessary information to the farmers and local communities. People must not get attached to their communities. I know in the past, people live in floodplains, and then when the floods come, they move up to higher grounds, and then when it recedes, they go back up. This must stop, and that's why we are saying that people must be involved. Because if you have a government policy that says, oh, people should move away from floodplains, the question is, move to where? There must be some form of arrangement. That's why when you do a proper vulnerability mapping and you let the people understand the risk of what they are going into, their investment, their lives, I mean, so many lives get lost when this happens. And then they begin to take ownership. So there is a need to involve the people. And I think that has been the missing link. Involving the people in the process, in the planning, and in all. So in that, they take ownership and they protect their lives and their investment and all.
Thank you, Dr. David. We appreciate the insight. Obviously, it's a work in progress. Thank you, the Executive Director, Global Initiative for Food Securities and Ecosystems Preservation, Dr. Michael David, who joined us from Abuja.
Thank you for having me.